Hey LC, I'm Kennedy Carnegie.
And I'm Grace Benkowski. Welcome to your 7th installment of COVID-19 coverage.
On this episode, we're going to take a look at virus coverage, some summer plans, a sports update, and finish it off with some activities to do when it's warm out.
Before we start this episode off, we want to introduce you to your new LCTV Editor-in-Chief, Jenna Giannini.
Hi, I'm Jenna. I'm the new Editor-in-Chief next year, and I'm super excited.
First, we're going to take a look at some virus coverage.
Last Friday in an email, Lake Central administration announced that they will be opting for an in-person graduation ceremony for the 2020 seniors. A graduation ceremony will take place in mid-July. Lake Central administration stated in the email, should the Back on Track Indiana plan be delayed because of an increase in COVID-19 cases, they will opt for a virtual ceremony instead.
What's up, LC seniors? Cap and gown pickups start next week on May 19th and May 20th from 11 to 4. May 19th is for students with last names starting A through M, and May 20th is for students with last names starting N through Z. May 21st from 2 to 6 is a makeup day for any students that aren't able to make it on their assigned day to come pick up their stuff. You can also pick up your awards that you earned and a yard sign, as well as drop off any books that you may have.
What's up, LC? I'm Josh Burnett.
And I'm Brie Cosina, and we're back 6 feet apart for our last ever installment of Raging Gems. Today we decided to walk around Crown Point Square to check out some uplifting signs for these hard times. Let's check it out.
Hope. It's what gets us through these hard times. Signs of hope and togetherness are being shown around the world today during these unprecedented times. Together, we will be bigger than this virus. Through hope and accountability.
As always, stay safe, Lake Central. Now that summer's right around the corner, let's talk to some students about some plans that they have.
My name's Caden Smith. I'm in 9th grade, and my plans for the summer are going to South Dakota with my family, spending a lot of time running and spending some time outdoors and probably fishing and doing stuff along those lines.
This summer in my free time, I'm going to be swimming in my pool, spending time on the lake with my family and friends, and go tubing. I'm also going to spend time with my brand new puppy and hopefully get back to practice soon.
I'm glad to see that you guys still have plans to do some fun things during the summer, even though we've gotten off to a little bit of a rough start. Now we're going to throw it over to next year's Editor-in-Chief, Jenna, to finish off the show.
Hey guys, now let's throw it over to Josh and Giovanni for our weekly sports update.
Welcome to the last sports update of this year. I'm Giovanni Alcantar, and joining me for the last time is Josh Burnett. We have a lot of stuff to get to this week, but before we get to any of it, we would like to remind you all of the senior spotlights that we did for the spring athletes. They are on the Lake Central News website, and on our YouTube page you can find the video we did for all of the spring athletes.
Yeah, and what a year it's been, Giovanni. We've seen, great athletic events throughout the entire year. It's been an honor to cover them, and let's get into some of our favorite ones.
Yeah, and starting off with football, they had that big upset in September. Was the homecoming game over Michigan City on that Saturday morning. The Friday night game got rained out. They moved it to Saturday. What a fun game that was to cover.
Yeah, and going on to boys and girls cross country, both won sectional championships and got to state.
Yeah, and our boys soccer team also went to state this year after a pretty solid regular season. Not a lot of people were predicting that they would make a deep playoff run like they did, but they got all the way to state. They did lose to an undefeated Zionsville team, but still an incredible season that our boys soccer team had.
And we've got one more team that went to state for our fall sports, and that's the girls golf team. They had a great regular season, and like I said, they got to state.
Yeah, moving on now to winter sports, starting with boys and girls basketball. Both had, okay regular seasons, but really they started playing their best basketball towards the end of the season when it really mattered, and they were both in the sectional championship. Both teams were just 1 or 2 plays away from potentially being sectional champions, but great seasons all around from both of them.
And our varsity white hockey team won the 1A state championship.
Yeah, then we got gymnastics. They broke the school record multiple times throughout the regular season, and then they placed 4th at the state finals.
For boys and girls swimming, both teams had individuals compete at state this year.
Yeah, and wrestling, what a bright future they have. 3 underclassmen got to the state finals, and they had 1 place in 7th. That was Nam Doan.
And our cheer team competed in 2 divisions at the UCA Nationals.
And last but certainly not least, to cap off winter sports, our dance team won 2 national titles in hip hop and pom this year. Overall, just a great year for the athletics at Lake Central High School. On behalf of me and Josh, we would like to thank the athletes, the coaches, and the athletic department for always helping us out, always doing interviews, especially the last few weeks for those senior spotlights. We've had to get in contact with a lot of people, and they could not have been better to us, and we are very grateful for that and all the help they've been for us here on Sports Update.
Yeah, it's been a great ride this year, Giovanni. We want to thank our advisors, Miss Wadicki, Mrs. Verputin, and Miss Flores, all for, making us into who we are today. I know it's not the end of the road for sports coverage for you and I, Giovanni, but as the door closes here at LC, it opens up for another one. That door is opening up for your new sports editor, Katie Odrobanek.
Hi, I'm Katie Odrobanek. I'm this year's upcoming sports editor. I'm super excited to get to know all the athletes at LC and get to cover even more games at LC. And Josh and Giovanni left some big shoes to fill behind me, but I'm ready to take on the challenge this year. This week, we sat down with IHSAA Commissioner Bobby Cox to know what the future holds for this year's fall high school sports.
This situation changes rapidly every day, and we know your answer right now won't be concrete what's going to happen, but as of right now, are you optimistic about fall sports?
I am optimistic. I'm encouraged right now. I've said to a lot of different media outlets over the last 2 months that for us to have a triumphant return to fall sports, we have to have a better summer. And that means what we do in the next 60 to 90 days is critical.
Will the IHSAA support schools that don't want to play, even if you say at the state level that you can play?
Absolutely. But no member school ever has to enter the tournament. And if our member schools now look at this pandemic and say, we're not going to play, then we're going to support that. I fully anticipate that we will have parents of student athletes that say, I'm not going to send my child back to school until there's a vaccine. I'm not going to send my child into the athletic arena until there's a vaccine.
So, you kind of touched on, fans and not being in the stadium, maybe a limited amount of a crowd or something. How would that affect the money income to schools if, say, a high grossing, sport with fans like football or, basketball? What if that sport gets canceled?
If we do not have a fall sports season, it will severely harm athletic programs across the state at the member school level. For the association, we canceled our basketball tournament right before the regional. The regional week is the second most important financial week of the association's year. But if the IHSA does not have a fall season with fans or a winter season, we will be in dire straits. And we're better off than a lot of associations in our country. If we don't have a fall season across this country, I anticipate that half of the state associations in this country will close their doors. They won't be able to meet payroll. They won't be able to meet their obligations, and they'll be forced to shut down. Well, when that happens, now you don't have high school sports. And that's a sad, but unfortunately a realistic possibility.
Big thank you to the IHSA Commissioner for coming on Sports Update with us.
And unfortunately, that's all the time we have for this year, LC. One last time, I'm Josh Burnett.
I'm Giovanni Alcantar.
Stay safe and stay healthy.
Thanks, Josh, Giovanni, and Katie for this week's sports update. As the weather gets warmer, here are fun activities you can do. Thanks for tuning in, LC. I'm Jenna Giannini, and I'll see you next year, LC.